Happy Friday, friends. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network. FBRNUS or Facebook.com/Illrad Radio is the place you can find us on the web. We're coming from you live from the Entertainment District of beautiful Arlington, Texas. I'm your host, Michelle, and sitting next to me is my co-host in radio and in life, Charles.
Hey, hey.
It's great to be back. That was Through It All by I can't talk, see? That was Through It All by Spoken. Tonight's show is sponsored by Weirdobeardo Salsa. The salsa we haven't thought of a slogan for yet. Have we, Charles?
No, it's we're working on that.
So if you have a great slogan for us, drop it into the comments on our Facebook Live. Going strong right now. How good does it feel to be back in the Fishbowl Studios?
Still a little awkward. It's been 6 years.
It has been a while.
But maybe it's like riding a bike, I'm hoping.
I think it could be.
I just forgot my headgear, so we'll see. You get bruised up too much, right?
Right? No helmet, no...
But I've missed it. How about you?
I have. I mean, it was a good time when we were doing this before in 2012 and 2013, and it's great to be back. It's been 6 years since our last Illumination radio show, so Charles, why don't you give our friends a little update on what we've been up to?
Well, we haven't aired since about, 2012? About 6 years,
no,
right?
2013.
2013.
We
wow.
started in 2012.
Yeah, well, 2013 we had to take a break. It was just kind of that season at the time. 6 years on the air. We did a lot of that because we were connected with doing our concerts with 10 Talents.
Yes.
So that was just a great way to connect our fans with the shows and all. Of course, we've stopped doing our concerts, 2017, roughly?
Yes.
And so those seasons were gone. And so since then, spent time, formed a nonprofit, a community nonprofit, in 2016, 15 maybe.
It's kind of all a blur in the last 6 years.
It's really flown by. And so we did a lot of community outreach stuff with that, and then with personally dealing with some health issues myself for the last couple of years, and more so last year, everything kind of came to a stop. But made some great progress, and now I'm active again. And
yes.
This is something we really always wanted to do, and just waited for that perfect timing, and here we are. It's just really just God's timing for us to do this again.
Absolutely. And so, Illumination Radio, it served its purpose back in 2012. We were doing shows, we were doing rock festivals, we were doing a lot of different things, and this was a great outlet and just a great supplement to it. But this time around, we're Illrad. We're going to be doing some things a little bit different. What do you see for us?
Well, of course, first time around we were primarily Christian rock, and there's so much great talent out there, even in that field. But this time, our genre, we're still rock, but we're broadening it up quite a bit. Our focus is rock music of all kinds. And that's actually makes it a little bit harder. I have a love for music. I love rock music of all types. So trying to squeeze in the right songs in a 2-hour show is not easy.
No kidding. I think we went round and round about this all last week. Okay, what songs are we going to play? Okay, we got to cut this. What if we don't have time for that? I think the thing is we both love music. And we love being able, we miss the outlet of shows, and while we're not able to do those shows anymore, it is nice that we're able to be here on Illrad and back on Fishbowl so that we can definitely, share great music, because that's what we love. We just love music, and I think, we get caught up in titles and labels of what music is, and good music is just good music. It doesn't matter what those labels are. I know we love Jesus, and we are glad to share that, and we love sharing our faith with others. But the thing is, we also love us some Radiohead.
Absolutely.
We love us some good music. So that's what we want to share with you all here, and we hope that you will join in and enjoy that with us as well.
And of course, we're opening it up a little bit more to more talk format a little bit.
Yes.
And we'll be going to covering a broad spectrum of pop culture, and I know that's really a broad term, so but that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to have interviews, in studio interviews and call-ins, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
And my inner comic book nerd may come out too, because in the last year I discovered a love for comic books.
Marvel, particularly,
And
right?
yes, and Star Wars novels.
So, and that's pop culture there. But there's just so much material that we can go through. So, never ending, right?
Yes. So speaking of labels, I was looking at, just surfing Facebook today and looking around. What are some of the things we wanted to talk about? And New Release Tuesday, their founder did an editorial about a new release that actually came out today at midnight. Was Ariana Grande.
Pop artist.
Yes,
Yeah.
pop artist. And just talking about how actually the perversion of mainstream media and what's happening, and like something like 9 of the 12 tracks were explicit, and basically was, what are you listening to?
Right.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, myself, I worked in music retail for about 10, 11 years collectively, and I love such a broad scope of music, but there's plenty of music that I don't want my 13-year-old son to listen to.
That's true.
Whether it's the content, negative or profanity, whatnot. I think that's important. So more than likely, we won't be playing any parental advisory on our show. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Probably not.
Or we can find some censored versions, but we're just not going to probably go there. But still, there's just so much great music, regardless of if you have faith or not. My whole thought is, and even the whole term, Christian music or Christian rock, really, to my philosophy is, it's Jesus didn't die for the music, the band, the people. You can't have an entity that's Christian because it's not a person.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, and how many times have Christianity, worship bands and worship teams taken on songs that were not faith-based, air
Right.
quotes intended there,
Right.
and use that as a form of worship? I think it's wherever you're coming from.
Sure.
What is your heart when you're
Yeah.
doing that?
Well, and you can, the band Demon Hunter. I was going to see them a number of years back, and their lyrics are powerful, but it's metal, it's hard, but you can see a sense of worship in that. I mean, it's where your mind is. It's positive. It's the lyrics are positive, but sonically, it's heavy and it's
Right.
and it's energetic.
And I agree. I think there are plenty of, they are coming at it, writing that and performing that way through their faith, and they're sharing, that. And most of the time they tour in bars and with other
Sure.
bands that are not Christians,
Yep.
and that's part of their witness. And
it's really interesting. You mentioned that the tour that we had seen them at the door, it was like four band bill, and Demon Hunter with a headliner. It packed house. But then, like the band prior, I think it's called Cancer Bat, just metal band.
yeah,
The demeanor, it's so interesting when they're playing. You hear profanity. You see, all sorts of hand gestures. But then the demeanor changes. The same people can get something positive out of Demon Hunter.
right.
So it's just really interesting.
Yeah, I think it just comes back to like we said, what the heart is, and what our passion is. There's great music out there, and how many people who love rock music maybe don't listen to a Spoken or a Sent by Ravens or Thrice or something like that because they're labeled Christian.
Sure.
And I mean, they rock as heavy as just about anyone else out there.
Right. And on the flip side, there's a lot of contemporary Christian music that's overproduced and it's just not any good. I mean, so it doesn't matter if there's faith tied or not. There's great music and there's just not good music at all. So
That's
broad
true.
spectrum.
Absolutely. So speaking of some music, I think you've got some for us. What do
Sure
we
do.
have coming up?
Yep. Well, next we got coming up, and as a matter of fact, the band Disciple are, I believe, doing an acoustic show tonight in Fort Worth. Correct?
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
No, in
Next
April.
week? In April. Double check the calendar on that.
I did.
So anyway, here's Disciple, First Love. Oh, you just turned the music down.
I turned the music down.
Okay. I was like, we're in.
so people can still look at our goofiness.
Okay.
Yeah. They can
Okay.
still hear us on Facebook. They
Hey,
just
Facebook. Hey,
Hi,
Brandy.
Brandy.
How are you? How is it in Arkansas? Probably colder there than here, although it's cold here.
No kidding. Why is it cold here? Ugh. Do not like cold weather.
This portion kind of reminds me, I don't know if you've ever seen some of the news networks early morning.
Yes.
They'll be the anchors. They
They're all-
kind of hot. It's like they're working. It's almost awkward, but people watch it, right?
Okay, maybe I watch it. Oh, speaking
Hey, Randy.
speaking of, did you do audio?
What would I do without you, right?
And you guys have Facebook on your phones?
We do.
I'd recommend sharing your videos since you're doing it from a page to your personal
Oh,
ones too.
yeah.
Awesome.
Get more viewers and whatnot.
Good idea.
See, what would we do without you?
That's right.
You guys are doing awesome.
Good, good.
All right.
Sure.
See, it's like going to watching this video is like going to dinner with us. We're all on our phone the whole time. We're notorious for like texting each other across the room,
Oh, really?
like waiting for him to laugh at something. I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's
That's
yeah,
fine.
we're crazy. But still fun.
Do we need to at least hear a little bit of music? Just like barely. Yeah, Randy's on. Hey, Randy. How are you, buddy? We got Fort Worth represented and Rogers, Arkansas. That's like two different places.
You can take these off if you don't want them, by the way.
How
You can take the commercials off if you don't want them, by the way.
did he do that?
Yeah. Well, so, yeah. I don't know where these things go, but you can take them off.
With that one there?
Just take
Hey, Dad.
Move.
Thanks for joining.
Cool, thanks. Uh-oh. Hey, Floyd.
awesome. I don't want to be listening to y'all all day.
All right, yeah, thanks.
You'll hear us like screaming, help! What do we
Staying
do?
on the glass.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me get as much of this playlist put up.
So if you're watching the video, you may not know Facebook shuts off anything that has like copyright music going, so we have to turn the music down. And so in between, we can either put up this nice little thing that says, hey, listen, or you just have to listen to us talk and figure out what's going on. And right here. If you want to listen to the music. Oops.
House of Heroes. We got plenty of time.
Yep. Oh, here comes my song. House of Heroes.
All right. Everyone loving this colder weather
No.
in Facebook land?
No.
I think it's probably colder up north.
It probably is, but I don't live up north for a reason. Be sure to put. Do you need a pen, babe?
Hmm?
Do you need a pen
Oh, come on.
so you can remind me what you played at the end of the show?
As we go.
Woohoo!
There is no method to the madness of the order of this list.
It just pulls in whatever it pulls in.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. It's fun.
It is.
So, did anybody see any snow today?
I didn't.
I didn't either. They keep teasing us with it. Sleet, a little bit of snow.
I think we need to have a weather report regularly on here. That'd be fun.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, it was cold. I did not want. It was. I didn't want to get out of bed cold this morning.
I know. I agree.
Like crazy cold. See, I checked their calendar.
Oh. Okay. I thought I saw it.
You know that shirt you got me? It said it's so hard to be right all the time.
I know. I admit it.
That's why you married me, right?
Yep. You're the smarter one.
Whatever.
So I wonder. Gotta look at my sound effects button.
No sound effects,
Okay.
please. Facebook will cut us off if you play fart noises, Charles.
Maybe. Now I need to take it off. Put it on manual. Because we come back after this.
Yes. So everybody can see me bobbing my head, but they can't hear the music that I'm bobbing my head to. Oh well,
Oh well. They know you're rocking out.
they do. 'Cause that's what we do. So what do you think we should have for dinner when we
I don't know. Maybe we should ask our Facebook friends. What should we have for dinner on the way home? We got behind the ball, getting ready and prepared that we forgot to eat some food before we left the house. I don't know.
I don't know.
So funny. Michelle's laughing.
I am always laughing 'cause I am always having fun.
It's true.
Even when
Even if
I'm
it's-
not
even
having
if it's at
fun.
my expense.
Even
it
when
is.
I'm not having fun, I'm having fun.
Right. So can you hear yourself more than you can hear me? I
Nope.
feel like I'm lower.
I can hear you, but
You
I'm
want me to get lower? Not that kind of lower.
okay, Barry.
You do that for a radio voice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. I do not. I'm just loud, so I can you hear me?
What?
Whatever.
Uh,
Whatever.
alright. Push to talk. Walk talk. Lock talk. Sounds like a breakdance move. Lock talk.
It does. You're right.
It's weird looking at myself talking in the past.
Yeah, when you realize that it's got a little bit of a delay.
I'm gonna have to make a comment on that.
Drip.
Alright,
Dave Grohl's
let's come
there
back
screaming.
here. Just finished playing Foo Fighters.
Yes.
All right.
We're back. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network. You're listening to the Green Stream. We're hanging out.
Where there's a mini boogers flowing.
Stop
Green
it.
stream. And we just rocked out to Foo Fighters.
We sure
Didn't
did. Before that, we played First Love by Disciple, who we did check the calendar will be in town in the DFW area on April 26th. And after that was House of Heroes, who desperately need to come back in town. You hear that, House of
Absolutely.
Heroes? If you're listening, come back to town.
Absolutely.
We played their song She Mighty Mighty, and then we ended it up with the Foo Fighters, Pretender. And speaking of Foo Fighters, Charles, did you see that totally awesome video of Paul Rudd rocking out at the Foo Fighter concert in Atlanta last weekend?
I sure did. That was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, Ant-Man was like living his best life.
So was that Ant-Man or was that Bobby Newport?
Bobby Newport.
Because
Yes.
he plays that goofy character really well. I
I-
don't think he's acting.
I don't either. I think Paul Rudd just plays himself, and he is just having a grand old time while he's doing it. It is amazing. So somebody saw him and took a video like in the background, and it was hilarious. I've got to, let's see. Let's see if we've got it here for you.
And while you're trying to find that, this is kind of fun. I'm looking at ourselves on the Facebook live feed, and it's really weird to see myself. I'm like in the future because I'm watching.
No.
It's delayed.
It's delayed video.
Right.
So it is
So
a little
I'm in
weird.
the future.
Like,
That's my past, and
Eh.
I'm watching in the future.
right, and the cameras are attached to the computer I'm on, so I am like looking at the camera, and then I'm not looking at the camera, and it's
Camera one, camera two, camera one, camera two.
you are just having way too much fun with that. But if you are tuning in right now and you would like to watch our shenanigans in studio or help us decide what we'd like to have for dinner on our way home tonight, be sure to go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/illradradio, and you can watch us live while you listen to the show. You can't hear the music while you watch our Facebook live video, but you can see us bob our heads and you can understand that we are listening to music.
Or you could come to the studios in Arlington to bring us something, but the doors downstairs are locked, so
Yep, too late. Never mind.
yeah, sounded good for a moment.
It did, didn't it?
Yep.
We could have thought of that earlier,
I
like
know. Next time.
before things. But
Let's
you
do
know,
this again next week, and we'll think of that.
yeah. You can bring us food next week.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. I'm just loving that video of Paul Rudd. I mean, he just is just having a grand old time. It's too much fun.
I was playing with the sound effect button,
Oh, like, did you
but I
find
didn't hear anything.
Well, that's because this is turned down.
Oh. Anyone want a sound effect?
No.
There?
Do not encourage him, people. Do not let him use the sound effects. They
And
are
apparently there are
frightening.
14 pages of them.
14 what?
Pages of sound effects.
Why? Instead of sound effects, why don't we play some more music?
That sounds great. So here we have, and speaking of Paul Rudd
Yes.
and Marvel,
Yes.
here is the song from the Avengers, which one, that was
That was the first one in
very
2012.
First. Yep. Where here's Soundgarden, Live to Rise. I'm still in the awkward puberty stage.
Right. No kidding. Yep.
Anyone else there on our Facebook? Whoa.
I look a little sassy in that picture, don't I?
Tell Faye I do not look like a pretty lady.
No.
I'm going to tell her that. Or ask her if I can be a pretty lady too.
Ooh, fun. Hi, friends. Hi, Mom.
Hey!
Hi.
All right. So if you want to recap, we got new people on our Facebook, what we're not able to do while we're on Facebook.
So if you're watching us live on Facebook and you're not listening to us on the Fishbowl Radio Network page or on the TuneIn app, Facebook will shut down any videos that have have copyright music going. So we have to turn the music down in studio, so you can't hear the music. I'm just hitting the mic. Let me just. I gotta stop talking with my hands. Anyways, Facebook will shut us down, so we play the video with without the music. If you want to do the TuneIn app and just search up,
You can go to fbrn.us.
yes, and watch us online.
On
We're in the
Greenbowl.
green stream.
Green stream.
Green stream.
So it's no longer a bowl. It's a
Well,
stream.
it is. It's both. I see it both ways.
It's a streaming bowl of green ooze.
You're just making it worse,
Hey,
Charles.
Chris Lopez, Johnny Zercher, Shannon, Linda Lundeen, Jennifer. I feel like Romper Room here. I could have the little magic mirror.
Yes.
I see.
I see.
You know, as a kid, I'd never heard the name Charles or Charlie. I went by Charlie then. I was always ticked. It was always Bobby, Jimmy.
Can
all
I
all the
can I tell you a little secret?
sure.
Romper Room was gone by the time I got around.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
You sure did.
Like Mr. Rogers was like on the downhill slide by the time I came around.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he like retired in the late 80s, didn't he?
But you had Sesame Street.
I did have Sesame Street.
Okay. But you didn't have electric company because I know that was way before you. The original electric company.
Right. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, hey, that's cool.
So this is the awkward, quiet time.
Yes, it is.
This is like what you'll see on Facebook. Some of the news outlets, the anchors are sitting there typing away, working before the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever.
How many? Like they're on, like many hours now. I get confused.
I don't know.
I listen to radio.
Yeah.
That's where I get my news.
That's how you're so smart.
Whatever.
Listen to that fake news.
I'm gonna tell your dad you said that.
He's retired. I can say that now. Oh man.
Nice.
All right. Hey, Mark, Marky Mark, and the Funky Bunch. I'll pay you later, Mark, for saying you know us. Johnny Zercher dudes. All right. And if you are listening to the live stream, sounds like we've got Project 86 playing. What if I start singing the song?
No.
Will Facebook Live cut us then?
No, they won't because it's even though it's a interpretive. Yes,
I can sound
and it
like,
is obviously not going to sound at all
I can sound like Andrew.
No, you can't.
I could. If
No.
I tried really, really hard.
No, you really can't. I love you, dear. I love you for so many things. You are the meme master of my heart, but no.
Names are.
Oh, is it?
Make it sound a little more brutal and
Ooh, I like that.
mischievous.
Go with that.
So, since we have a few captive audience on our Facebook Live,
Yes.
Michelle is in charge of social media, the Facebook Live, and
And
tell us what you're doing here.
what am I doing? Well, I was trying to make myself look smart by having a notebook and a pen. So if you see me fidgeting with a pen, that's cool.
Basically, she has free reign for internet, so she's got everything up on her email. For me, I'm the music meister.
He's the music
I'm
man.
loading the tunes, loading the tunage.
Oh boy. You're gonna have to save that one for the theme show.
What theme is that?
I don't know. I gotta figure out where we're at.
We are in Arlington, Texas,
Smarty pants.
off Randall Mill
Ha ha.
at Fishbowl Radio Network.
Aren't you cute?
All right,
That's it. You don't get dinner tonight.
no soup for you.
Nope.
So how's everybody doing in Facebook world? Anyone want snow?
Nope.
Do people want snow, or do you want it to warm back up? Is what I want to know.
Okay. Here we go. This is my take on it. Why can't I get snow? I work at a school. Why can't I get snow a snow day? Why does it have to be on the weekend when I could stay home anyways?
You do the snow dance.
Hey, Ryan Isbell. Good to see you.
Rhino.
Woohoo.
All right, so here we are on Facebook Live. While we play our recorded music, we get to chat with you. We can't play any of the licensed music But you can go to fbrn.us and hear the audio stream live.
See, Zurcher gets me. You get me, man. You're a teacher.
Man, I noticed there are at least 3 teachers out that weren't feeling well. It must all the illnesses spreading throughout the school.
No kidding.
Okay. All right, we're about to come back.
We are.
Yep. You got that, Stephanie?
Yep.
All right, Johnny's gonna like this next segment. We got story. Maybe.
Oh, you gotta turn it. Aw, there we go.
I'm
He's-
catching up.
He's catching up.
It's
Turned
like
on
riding
the mic.
a bike.
Exactly.
Tricycle.
You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network. I'm Michelle, this guy over here with the beard. If you're watching online, you will see it. If not, just imagine this amazing flowing beard. That is Charles,
Weirdobeardo.
the Weirdobeardo, CEO of Weirdobeardo Salsa, and he just determined he is the meme czar.
Yeah, Meme Meister sounds a little wimpy.
Oh,
Need one with force.
there you
with
go.
Strength. Memes are.
Czar. Sounds very serious. So, I hope if you want to, like I said, watch our shenanigans on the show, be sure to go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Illrad, and you can watch us talk about all sorts of fun things. Woohoo! Okay,
You
so
need a sound effect for that?
I do not need a
Okay.
sound effect.
Let me know.
Step away from the sound
Come
effects.
on.
Please. Please. So here's the deal. We found out this week that Rolling Stone magazine reported about Billy Corgan, frontman of the Smashing Pumpkins, being reunited with his long-lost love after 27 years. His favorite guitar.
And which guitar was this?
So the guitar Corgan used on their breakout album Gish was stolen backstage after a show in Detroit, Michigan 27 years ago. Do I have any math majors out there?
I remember when that album came out, and they were unknown. In
Yeah,
fact, I
it was
was
their
I was
debut.
working at the music department at Incredible Universe in Arlington.
Wow.
Yeah, that 91 or 92, 91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the wow.
How old were you when that album came out?
Well, let's just say I was younger than our teenage son is now. So
Current son,
our current
not
son.
our former son. Sometimes he wants to.
Some days he
disown
likes to
us.
think he is, but we won't go there. So rumors of the guitar's whereabouts have been going around for years, to the point that Corgan had actually stopped believing and gave up that he would ever see it again. It was recently discovered that the guitar had spent the past 12 years as a conversation piece in a family's basement in Flushing, Michigan.
Wow.
That's 80 miles outside of Detroit. The woman who owned it had paid $200 for it at a yard sale, lied to her husband and said she only paid $100, decided like last year that she wanted a hot tub and just was looking for stuff to sell. I know, it's like so funny. And she thought she had bought it because it was painted cool, but nobody in her family actually played the guitar. So it just sat there, and 12 years later she decided she was going to sell it. So that's kind of fun.
I'm guessing she wasn't necessarily a Smashing Pumpkins fan.
No, actually, she said she's more of a Stones fan.
Oh.
Through a stroke of fate, though, a friend of Corgan's was able to get the owner of the guitar in touch with him. And he knew as soon as he got there, he saw it, he knew it was his. He knew that the early 70s Fender Strat was his when he picked it up.
Wow.
Just knew. He was reunited with his love. It was a special guitar to him because it changed how he played the guitar, and he's really glad to have it back.
Is he going to tour with it now?
That's what I was wondering. Will it make an appearance on that long-awaited Smashing Pumpkins reunion tour they've been talking about?
And is it going to be much more closely guarded?
Did you see the pictures of
I
him with
did
it?
not, no.
I'm gonna post that right now. I mean, he looked like he was just like, whoa. You know, he was like super excited that he got it back. I mean, it was really pretty cool. Yes, Ryan Isabel, that store was only open for like 3 months
Oh,
because
no,
it was
no. It was a little longer than
giant. Yeah, it was like 4.
that. No, I was there for a year.
I
10 months.
I adopted a dog from there.
You did.
I did.
That was yeah.
It was a fun store. You could do anything there. Adopt a dog, buy music.
a little known secret.
Yes.
So, you know, in a world that we all need to know pins for this, that, log is
Do
that.
not share that. Charles Schechner, don't even think
No,
about it.
To this day,
No.
hey, my employee number, which no one knows, is a code I use on a lot of things.
That is the.
But there were
Why did you share
thousands. There
that?
are thousands.
Why did you
What?
share that?
Oh, man.
Really?
You know, it's hard to remember a lot of, you know, and then you got to change passwords too.
Well, now
But-
you're going to have to change all your passwords
probably
because you
will.
just told everybody that. There's going to be like that one person who worked in HR and be like, oh, I know him. I can get all his stuff now. I mean, joke's on them because we don't have anything, but still.
Right. But back to the story, what I really want to know is if Billy Corgan has finally realized that, in fact, the world is not a vampire.
Of course it is. He's still just a rat in a cage.
Okay. There you go.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a
Touche.
cage.
Touche. The number is 42. That is the median.
You got it, Zercher.
Oh, man.
He was one of those.
I
He
better
was.
start changing.
He was like the
is.
original.
I guarantee it wasn't a 2-digit number. Oh, the secret Weirdobeardo formula. There is a secret ingredient
Yes.
that only 5, 6 people know, and it will stay in my mind. It will never be. Actually, it's written down.
It's
here.
written down somewhere, and it's closely guarded by that number that he uses. So if you've guessed that number, you've guessed.
Way to go. That didn't help. Is it beer?
Is it beard? No.
No.
He has this great little beard net that he wears when he's making salsa, Ryan.
I will say, when I worked at CD Warehouse, wrong one. Incredible
Whoops.
Universe, I did not have a beard.
No, you did not. But when he's making salsa, he does have a nice little beard net that he.
Very true. Very true.
Awesome. So Charles is pointing to me at the time, and I think we have time to play a couple songs. What do you think?
I do. And this is what I really am anxious about with this new format.
Yes,
And as we said early on, it's a much broader scope of rock music.
that is true.
So what's really cool is what we're having coming up playing next is both Deftones and Children 18-3. So here we go.
All right.
All right.
Woohoo.
We're moving along pretty quick, aren't we?
Yeah.
Chin strap, beard net.
Oh, yep, Zercher, I just saw your comment is the Facebook Live full of X-Fest musicians right now. That's about right. Lots of 10 Talents people.
Oh,
All sorts of fun.
X-Fest.
We love it.
X-Fest.
Does that mean, do we need to bring back an X-Fest? X-Fest 2020?
Oh, boy. Hindsight.
Clear vision?
I would need a lot of help.
Anybody want to
Any
help?
takers want to help? My abilities have changed drastically.
That's true.
But I do have new superhero powers.
What are your superhero powers, Schechner?
I don't know. Apparently, apparently I can be out in 25, 35 degree weather in a t-shirt and I'm not
What
even
is
cold.
wrong with you,
Hot
man?
flash, not hot flashes.
Oh, yeah. Double X. Yes. I think you got some people who want to do it.
Huh. that hashtag XFest 2020 looks good.
It does. Oh, I see the
wheel's turning.
hamster. I see it. It's going. It's going. Maybe you can like
Polar Bear Club, right?
yeah.
I love the cold. I'm really concerned about the summer, how that's going to go.
We're going to move
I'm gonna
to
be-
we're going to do the show from Alaska.
I'm going to be like Mr. Freeze on Batman.
Yeah. And the odd thing about that is the fact that I do not really like the cold at all. I just don't,
Opposites attract.
you know.
That's what they say.
That is true. I don't remember you liking the cold that much when we first got together. What
yeah.
happened?
I always did.
Is this part of getting old? Are we getting old?
I thought the blood was supposed to get thinner. And you get
Well,
colder.
apparently mine did. So what happened?
Mine's going in reverse. I'm gradually reversing in age.
He does have the hairstyle for Mr. Freeze.
I do have, yes. Plus a beard.
Plus a beard.
I'd be the Arnold. All I can think of is Arnold. You know, and he was constantly throwing puns out in the movie too. And
He
I can't-
was.
I
That
can't
was-
remember any of them at all.
We have
I'm
to.
drawing a
We need
blank.
to watch that movie. I
Little
like those corny Batman movies. They were fun.
They were.
Was that he was in the one with Clooney, right?
Yeah.
Have you read stuff about that? About how they just like threw that movie together and like people who were supposed to do it, you know, the director pulled out. And they just literally spent all their budget on Arnold,
Wow.
the Pundinator. Ooh.
The chopper. It's not a tumor. Should dump them all out.
Go for it.
Mark Gonzalez sneaking Mr. Clean. Well, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no beard.
Yeah, Mr. Clean.
You know what I realized recently? The graphic picture of Uncle Sam, you know, I Want You.
Yes.
I realized just recently that he had a bit of a beard.
Yes.
Chin beard. I just never noticed that until more recently.
It's funny that he was recruiting people to the military, and you can't have a beard in the military.
Oh, Zurcher says supposedly they picked a new Batman. Huh.
Oh, they got tired of good old Ben Affleck.
Well, didn't they? Well, that's the same with Superman too.
Yeah, I think they didn't like that guy too, but he wasn't terrible. I mean, you know.
Huh.
Whatever. Whatever.
So we got 3 minutes.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to.
All right. Oh, Ben quit. Well, because nobody liked him. It's
Yeah,
hard to
I-
not be liked.
He wasn't. He wasn't believable.
That's true. Well, I mean, he was okay. How believable is Batman, anyways?
So since we've got some conversation going on here, we've talked about themed shows,
Yes.
and we're talking about Batman and comic and all that. We're thinking of specifically regularly having comic nerd shows. Anyone go for that?
I tried to convince him to play like D&D or some other weird game while we were in here, but he said no.
Churcher said no to, but Twilight, dude.
What? Ew.
Say what? No, you
Ew.
just.
Ew. That's gross.
That just seems
Twilight.
wrong.
Bleh.
You have a cousin that loves.
I don't care. So are we supposed to pull in our own, or do they just pop in on their own?
We're supposed to pop in our own to the advertisement.
Oops. Do we need to? Is this one of those moments where we go and like bang on the glass? Hey. Just a second. Because we're just curious. Oh, this is his version of banging on the glass is running outside. agree with you. I think Affleck was a good Bruce Wayne. However, I mean, I have a thing for Michael Keaton, so I liked his. Even Val Kilmer, he was kind of. George Clooney was just weird. Like, why do you need nipples in your suit? Come on. Uh-oh. He's coming back. Uh-oh.
Alright, they should kick in.
Oh, you're okay. So I guess we get to talk until then? That's cool. Hey, Ben.
Alright.
Welcome back. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We just played Children 18-3 Moment to Moment, and before that was Deftones Change, right?
Yep, correct.
Woohoo. All right. So, we have been...
Ben Affleck was the best Bruce Wayne. Oh, change my mind. Searcher. Wow.
I think he was a good Bruce Wayne. But that's, if you're wondering what we're talking about, join us over at facebook.com/Illrad Radio, and you will see us talking all sorts of fun stuff.
Talking smack.
I'll talk smack to you.
Sure.
I gotta be nice to them, but I don't have to be nice to you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that at all. I love you. You're the best. Oh, there's like 4 down there, babe.
All of them?
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
We're
We'll be
doing.
back.
We'll be back.
That was awkward. Yeah, we had to drop the advertisement spots on, and they were kind of late. So
Woohoo! Well, that was fun. Oh, you gotta do auto so they play all.
all right. So for our Facebook friends, this is our first show
Yes.
in 6 years. So I feel like I'm, in that awkward puberty stage. Trying to get the feel for everything. And now, of course, this time we get Facebook Live. That wasn't a thing.
No, it really
then.
wasn't.
So you get to experience our awkwardness.
Yes, we are totally awkward. So there's a pin post on the stream. You can find our show page, and you should be able to listen to us there. If you missed part of the show, it'll be later available later on demand. And so we're just having fun on a Friday night.
Chilling.
Still trying to decide what we're supposed to
Chilling
eat on
like
the
a
way
billet.
home.
Yeah, what should we get on the way
I
home?
don't know.
We need suggestions.
Maybe we won't eat.
Oh, no.
Okay, so is that... Are you going to go straight into that?
Uh-oh, it will.
It's okay. Or did you want to hold that one? It's not doing anything. Okay, that's cool.
All right.
Look at this thing.
We're
Ooh,
getting there.
Totino's party pizzas. Nice.
Oh, I haven't had one of those in a long time.
Well, so our Charlie kind of went through a thing where all he would eat was pizza. Imagine that.
Went? You're saying like it's past...
I keep hoping. Maybe if I speak it into being.
Right.
We kind of got burned out on Totino's because he ate Totino's like all the time. It's like, no more. The quality of his pizza is like, what?
We'll play another one.
Okay. Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right now, we're playing a band called The Contortionists.
Shawarma, yes. Absolutely.
Ooh, shawarma.
That's how you end Avengers, right there.
Okay, I'm down with shawarma. I wonder if our place up the road's open. Awadi.
By the time
Probably
we get
not.
home.
Oh,
Maybe if we
man.
mention them on the radio, they'll give us free stuff.
Oh, Gavin, you put that suggestion out there. Sounds good.
I don't know.
Chicken shawarma.
Right. I think it's funny that they do it with French fries, though.
Well, what else do you do?
I don't know.
the
It's
Americanized-
Texas.
Right. Americanized version.
Exactly.
So anyway, our Facebook friends, we got another couple others that popped on. Um, we're streaming our music. We can't play on Facebook just because of.
It's copyrighted
Copyright.
material, and Facebook would shut us down.
So if you want to hear our playlist, fbrn.us,
Yes.
the green stream. See, I finally got it right.
You did. I'm so proud of you.
There's also
Do
a
you want
red.
a sucker?
Yeah. Is it green?
Oh, we can't have food in here. Never mind.
No.
They don't want me to like stick my gum under the table or something. They know how messy I am. That's what I'm going to start doing at work. I'm going to start putting my gum under my desk. So that when I leave, there's just like a whole bunch of gum under there, and they're going to think how gross I am.
Who's gonna get down there other than you?
Well, I mean, like when I'm done, when it's not my desk anymore, they'd be
Alright.
like, that crazy church lady, she is weird. Yeah, I know.
Are you like the Dana Carvey church lady?
No.
Who made you put the gum under there? Satan. It's special.
Isn't that special? Okay. Are you playing my song? Because I'm going to put that on there.
Thrice.
Yeah.
A little bit of thrice. Are they still playing? They quit, then they came back.
Then we went to their farewell tour.
Yeah.
And then they've had like 2 more tours since then,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
They're just milking that.
Yeah, they are. They're like the
Alright.
Toadies. I went to their farewell tour like 20 years ago.
Yeah. We're gonna have to play some toadies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. We're showing our age.
A little bit. Back after this.
Sure. I guess I should look at my thing
Oh.
and see what I'm supposed to be doing.
Pork chop.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of food. Ooh, pork chops.
All right.
Ooh.
Boo. Okay, Mark Gonzalez said boo.
Oh no, why? What's wrong?
What's a boo?
Why boo? You don't like thrice? Or the toadies? We were just talking about the toadies, so.
Or Totinos.
Totinos,
shawarma.
noted. Yeah,
We're-
do you
we're all
not
over
like
the board.
shawarma, Mark? So, I see we have voice effects. Can you change my voice? Don't touch it. I'm kidding.
Can't touch this. Hammer time.
There's a picture of MC Hammer autographed out in the lobby.
There is.
It's pretty awesome.
I probably need to take a picture of it all and put it on Facebook.
I agree, Mark. Boo to the man. Take this, Zuckerberg.
You got that right. He's an android. He's not human anyway, is he?
I bet he's sitting back looking at that Jeff Bezos story that came out today like, yeah. You're awesome, Jeff.
Again, it's really weird. I'm not used to. We're watching ourselves on Facebook Live,
Yes.
and it already happened. What we're seeing the feed. So, I am like the future of myself watching my past.
Well,
Does that make sense?
No, it makes absolutely no sense
Yes, it
whatsoever.
does.
No, it really doesn't. Why? Yeah. No.
So I'm the time travel version of myself.
Does that make me the time traveler's wife? That movie was terrible, by the way. I'm sorry. I just had to bring that
movie?
up. Time traveler's wife.
Oh, I thought you were thinking Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. No.
That's an awesome movie, which they're talking about bringing back with the original cast.
I'm curious how that's gonna work.
All right, we're about to come back on air.
And the end. That was Thrice, Image of the Invisible. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network, FBRN.US. We're in the Green Bowl stream. I'll get this right by
We're
like...
the Green Dream.
That's me. I'm She-Hulk, man. Don't you
Ooh,
mess with
and I'm
me.
Hulk.
Yeah, speaking of, I just got She-Hulk last week. She-Hulk #1, people.
That was a pretty penny
Number
too.
1. That was awesome.
Yep,
Sorry.
you earned it.
I did, because I'm awesome. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so, Charles, we've been talking about food over on the Facebook live stream. I don't know if you heard or not, but things got a little crazy down in Florida this week. Did you hear about this?
Tell me.
There were some domestic disturbances that led to the violation of some innocent food.
What happened?
So, first up, we have a report of a pork chop being used as a weapon when a woman and her boyfriend were arguing. Did you hear this? Fox News reports the woman hurled a frozen pork chop at her man's face during the argument, which led to him receiving a gash over his eyebrow. She was taken into custody by police, and no word on why they were arguing or if the pork chop was taken into evidence or cooked and eaten. I don't know.
That was pretty ambitious of him, wasn't it?
It was. So, also in Florida,
But wait, we're not done there.
we're not done there.
So with that story, did he bacon for mercy?
Oh, stop.
I want to know.
No. Oh, no. Yeah,
That'll leave a mark.
that will. I'm just like, was that like bone in, boneless?
Butterfly. What kind of pork chop was it? Thick.
Exactly. Like, what was it? What? Really? Sounds painful. Either way, I guess. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, so here's a little opening into Charles and our marriage. Like last
Don't
what,
tell anybody else. We're
3 days ago, we had an argument about a French fry. So I guess it, because you dropped a French fry, I was gonna give you one, and you were like, no, and I was like, what? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we argue about, people. That lasted like 2 minutes, by the way. But at least if I guess I could have just thrown it at you.
Yeah, could have.
Would you have had me arrested for throwing a French fry at you?
I'd open my mouth to aim,
Try to catch
aim for the
it.
mouth, please.
Right? Yeah. So, also in Florida, I don't know what was happening in Florida. Somebody just... I'm sure Florida's great, but weird things happen there. I don't know.
What happened?
We've got a husband and wife who caused a ruckus at their local Taco Bell, which is a crime in itself, when an argument over their adult son's living arrangements escalated into a full-blown food fight. The wife, who was not too happy to have her husband taunting her by swinging a burrito in her face, grabbed the burrito and threw it on the floor. The husband then picked it up, the remains of it, and smashed it in her face. The arrest report mentions that some of the burrito went up her nose. Taco Bell staff called the police, and the husband was arrested and charged with battery.
Wow.
Okay, but because I know y'all love happy endings, I'm pleased to report that the wife still loves her husband, and they are seeking counseling together. Isn't that sweet? Do you have an aw sound effect?
Aw.
Aw.
I would just think one of them should have said, "That's not your problem. Let's just talk about it."
Oh, they were trying to taco about it.
You know what? The man there, he was jalapeno business.
Thanks, Mark. Taco about wasted
But you know what? That kind
food.
of fight, they didn't burrito around the bush.
Oh, Charles. With the puns, man. Why?
Oh man,
Why?
I'm done.
You're done. Thank you. I'm so glad
I-
you're done with that
But
one.
I think you were right. The real crime there was eating Taco Bell.
No kidding. I don't know. That Dorito taco thing, that was bad. It was okay. And I still like the Mexican pizza, but do they still
You
have
didn't
those?
hate it, did you?
I didn't hate it. It was okay.
Some of that residual's probably somewhere in your body. Just
Probably.
You
Like
hate
I
it.
ate a Mexican pizza 10 years ago and it's still
it's kind of like swallowing gum. You know, it doesn't digest for what 7 years.
stop. Why?
Oh man.
Don't encourage him, Mark. The pun
Come on.
master.
Come on.
Don't
Show some
encourage
love,
him.
Mark. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, I don't know. I don't want to go to Florida now. Like, am I going to get a snow cone shoved up my nose or
So
something?
now going to Disney World or Sea World?
Absolutely.
I know you won't go to Sea World.
I do have an irrational fear of SeaWorld. There, you made me say it. Oh, thank you, Ben. Yes, I agree. We have that too. our Taco Bell names aren't family friendly either.
Well, their food is not family friendly, right?
It's true.
I mean, come on. It is not safe for the whole family or any family, not even the pet.
I don't know.
And in fact, I think that topic goes well in this next song that I need to play by my epic, and the song was called Deathbed.
All right.
Here we
Crank
go.
it up.
Oh,
Nice. That is just like, why? Why would you shove? I just don't get it. And like,
part of me
you
wish-
have a felony conviction now because you shoved a burrito up your wife's nose.
part of me wishes there really was someone there to get the video. Is that bad?
I
I mean, I'm just trying to imagine. You really,
I agree. I'm.
and
Yeah.
if you're pushing a burrito up someone's beans get in the nose, that's some force. You might break a nose. I don't know.
I'm just like imagining her like throwing that burrito up and out of here. Why? Why do they waste the food, man?
Oh, man.
That is the perfect. There are starving people in China.
I wouldn't even feed it to them.
That's true.
There's nothing.
Oh,
Zero nutrition.
okay. So, do you remember that movie with Sylvester Stallone, Demolition Man?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then, Demolition Man. When he came back, it was Wesley Snipes and him, and he came back, and Sandra Bullock's in the movie. And like in 2032, the only restaurants left are Taco Bell.
That's scary.
It is really scary. We're bueno people in this house.
Yeah. Taco Casa.
Taco Casa. I do, yeah. But see, I grew up in a town where Taco Casa was the only place to get fast food Mexican food.
Right.
So,
And there's also been, for you to know, there's also a non-family for Taco Casa too.
right?
Neil, yes. Wow. Yes, I remember that song. That's funny. I'm gonna have to go home and listen to that when we're done. That's funny. All right.
Okay, so Ben, do you want to live in a world where all restaurants are Taco Bell? Also, does anyone else remember that movie? I think I've watched it way too many times. And here's a little fun fact for me. I had it on Laserdisc.
Oh wow.
And they didn't have, I don't know if you remember that movie, they didn't have toilet paper. So he's always complaining about the three seashells. What are the three seashells? Why do I remember that?
I don't know.
I-
Throat's gonna dry.
Uh-oh. Do you need to step out and have something to drink? I brought water. You can't have any in here, and we can't have video evidence of you
I will pack
having
it.
it in here.
So had another couple people jump on. You can jump on fbrn.us and hear our streaming playlist. Of course, we can't play the copyrighted music on Facebook. Thank you,
'Cause-
Mark.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Mark Z,
Yep.
World War Z.
Maybe that's what the... It's about him. I'm just kidding. Huh. So there's a video monitor in our studio on the other side. You can't see it from the camera angles, and it's just a loop, and
Right.
there is this really interesting picture of, it's like a poster. Are you playing that? I guess you are now.
Yeah. This time you distracted.
Oops, sorry. I
Pointing
get
at the
distracted
wall.
really easy.
You're pointing at the wall.
I am. I'm just like,
Okay.
what's over there? You're right, Hunter. Yes.
So okay, go back. Ben said no, 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 Joe.
No.
I don't no,
No
Joe.
no Taco Bell.
Oh.
I asked him if he wanted to live in a world where they had only Taco Bell
But
as
what was
restaurants.
that fourth Joe? Is that a code for something? No, 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 Joe. Neil, BBL. I'm not following that one. You have to fill in the blank for me. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Why did we do a show about pop culture, by the way? Since we are like the least poppy people.
No, I disagree.
Okay, we're like the. Yeah.
I disagree.
Oh, he says typo.
Oh, okay.
I know, Mark. It is really sad, but that was like a big deal that we had a Laserdisc player. Also, funny story, we had one of the first CD players made in the 80s, and my dad sold it in a garage sale because they didn't have CDs. Just another fun fact about all the fun stuff we had in my house growing up.
I remember getting probably the month that DVD players came out, 94, mid-90s. It was like $700. And you know, back then there were no extra features. It was just simple.
Yeah, no fun.
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc. That was cool. We always had fun. Like, my dad got some really cool things that I didn't appreciate them.
Right?
Now that I'm an adult and I have to buy them, it's like, oh, really? Sorry, Dad. I appreciate them now.
Now that they're gone.
I had this cute little tablet computer that I got like when I was like 20.
Hey, Mary jumped on.
Hi, Mary. Aw, that's awesome, Hunter. Was it a Discman, a Sony Discman by chance? Are you playing
Nice.
another one or are you coming back?
Oh, let's come back.
Oh, okay. Those were awesome. Charles over here probably had a portable 8-track player.
No,
Just kidding.
not me. No, I was a child. maybe if I was teen, but my folks never had 8-track records. Of course.
I think we had an 8-track player. That was pretty fun.
I think cassettes are gonna make a resurge.
They keep talking about it.
When
I
I
wouldn't
say
be
that, people think
surprised.
I'm crazy, but I think they are.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, if you wanna, are you doing that one next?
Hold on. What is the name of that song?
Which one?
The one you're
Impossible. Random Hero. Impossible.
So I know we keep saying this, but we have people that jump on and off. If you're wanting to actually listen to the music on this show, you'll have to either go to fbrn.us and click on the green bowl. You'll be able to hear what we're saying, but and hear the music. But on Facebook, we're not able to play the music. You can just hear us talking in between,
Which you might either love that, or you might
right?
not.
All right.
All right, we're coming back on air.
Here we go. Welcome back. You're listening to Illrad on Fishbowl Radio Network, fbrn.us. Be sure to tune in. If you want to come over and have even more fun with us, you can get on facebook.com/Illrad Radio, and you can see us live in studio. We're having a lot of fun. And
Hey, Sarah. Sis.
woohoo! All right, so before the break, we were playing. What were we playing, Charles? You
Random
distracted
Hero.
me. We played it. We played it.
Played a food. I'm
Woohoo.
hungry.
I know. I'm really getting
Squirrel.
hungry. We gotta stop talking about food. Anyways, we played Random Hero, The Impossible, and what are you? Oh, that's right. Charles has to remind me what's going on the show. I can't help it. I wake up really early in the morning. So I
feel
can
ya.
by this time of the night I'm starting to fade.
Actually, I got a little nap this afternoon.
Lucky you.
I'm a senior now. I live the life of a senior
Right.
with afternoon naps.
Afternoon naps are a necessity. All right, so this week, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but from the Celebrities Doing Good file, everybody's seen trolls on social media. After this show, we might have a few. We love you, Mark. You're awesome, Mark Zuckerberg. Recently, actor and comedian Patton Oswalt dealt with a troll responding on a political tweet he had posted on Twitter. The funny man, ready to rip into the troll with a painfully witty comeback, took a look at the man's social media profile and decided to kill him with kindness instead. Seeing that the man had been dealing with health issues and a mountain of medical bills, Oswald made a donation, shared the post, and encouraged others to respond in kind. Within 48 hours, $31,000 in donations had come in, surpassing the $5,000 goal. That's pretty awesome. I don't know about you, Charles, but maybe I just need to start trolling people. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
find a celebrity that's
Surely
like,
you'll
oh
get
yeah,
somebody.
she's just had a rough day. We're gonna
Good
give her
idea.
some money. That's awesome. What do you think?
Funny. That's good.
I guess probably shouldn't do that. That wouldn't be very nice
It's a little
of me.
deceiving.
It is a little deceiving, but I think that's really awesome. He
He was a good sport about it.
he was a really good sport about it. And what's really cool is the guy was like, hey, this really got me thinking. I'm sure $31,000 helped get him thinking, but, I'm going to say it's the goodness of humanity that it got him thinking that maybe words matter and you should be nice and make him reevaluate his life choices. So
Right.
that's kind of nice, right?
That's neat.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And
I think-
you have another celebrity do good story, don't you?
I do. So this one is really pretty cool too. So everybody knows the song by Aerosmith called Janie's Got a Gun. Well, this week CBS News reported that frontman of the band, Steven Tyler, opened a home for young girls who have been abused or neglected. Janie's House, named after the song, which is about a young girl who takes revenge against her abusive father, will house up to 14 girls at a time, and they're thinking that it will serve 30 girls a year. He began raising funds for this cause after visiting a treatment center where many of the women he met were victims of abuse, and he thought, well, there's something I could do to help with that. The Memphis Janie's House is the second one he's actually helped open since 2017.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. So they've raised over $4 million, and that's his goal, is that he wants to keep that going and, really be able to help people along the way. So it's kind of fun.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's really cool. So speaking of Janie's Got a Gun, here we go with Aerosmith. Janie's Got a Gun.
We'll do that one too.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
We might actually get to the entire playlist.
Oh, does that mean, so if we make it through our entire playlist, does that mean we get to play some of the random music that's on our system that's not ours but the other shows?
We could, but I have some backup tracks too.
Yeah.
I planned.
Whoa, Braxton! Hey,
What up?
man,
What
what
up?
is up? You need to come on our show again. We had the best time. Actually, I laughed. I laughed the entire time you were on our show. Like anytime you're on.
Rose. Oh,
yes.
that was awesome. Braxton, we had him as a co-host.
He was a regular co-host.
Twice at least, right?
Yeah, at
That
least.
was fun.
That was fun.
So you have to let us know when you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Good to see you. Well, to see that you're on the stream. I guess it sounds weird when I say it's good to see you. Because I'm awkward like that. Okay, so like we said, I know we keep reiterating it. We can't play the music online. If you want to listen, there's a pin post that. Okay, someone's calling. If you're calling in, we love and appreciate you, but we don't know how to use that part of the system. Or you called the wrong show. That
It's a
could be.
Okay, it's a 979. So
If that was your phone number, we like and love you. We don't know how to use that.
yeah, we'll eventually get to a place where we'll take callers.
We
That's
will
gonna be
take
fun.
callers eventually.
But
See? He tried to call us. Braxton, I'm sorry. We just don't know. We don't know that yet. We will get there though, and you will be our first call.
Remember, Braxton, this is our first show in 6 years. We're in that awkward getting back acquainted studio.
Yes.
So we'll actually have you call in.
We'll get there. Oh, see, it even says it on there. Oops. That's a lie. That's just a lie right there. Don't even, just ignore that over there. So the show before us, and I don't know if any of you saw our test video from last week. The show before us, the man is named Charles, and he's
King
Charles,
Charles,
by the way. And so he has this cool little logo thing that's on the corner of the video. It's awesome. Charles
Yeah,
is
it's
sitting
like a
there. He's
crown.
like,
It
it
says-
was literally on top of his head. Like
So
a
I'm
crown.
really quite disappointed it's not there.
Maybe you can ask him if we can borrow
Can
it.
I borrow your crown, King Charles?
And I'm
Charles
sure,
too.
you know what though? I am sure that his, I am sure that his show is much more serious and awesome than ours.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Sherry. Sherry joined us.
Oh, Ben, don't say that. That's it. Facebook is after us.
Oh, well.
And I mentioned the Amazon guy, so they're probably gonna be after us too.
I'm gonna
They're
have to-
gonna like lock down all my stuff.
Tomorrow I'm going to have to post some Zuckerberg memes just in spite.
No,
They're fun.
he's a nice kid.
Yeah.
He's a nice billionaire kid. We love you,
Android.
Mark. You're
Hanging
great.
out there.
So like sometime last year, he went around and did these like town hall meetings where he wanted to talk about community and how he wanted Facebook to kind of be like have the community feel of church. Like, that's cool. I guess I could go with that.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Community's important.
It is important. We Yes. Yes, Mark, you're right. Like, why did I ever take a picture of myself that way? Some of the Whoa. The news guy was like blushing while he was talking about those pictures.
Yeah. Kidding.
Or snickering. I'm not sure which.
No kidding. All right. So anyway, this is our first show tonight in 6 years. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty quick. But we'll eventually broaden the
There we
scope
go.
of our music.
Yes.
You know, we're broad in playing rock, and so I just think it's really really cool. You know, you can have Skillet 1 minute and U2 the next.
Sure, why not? They're both Christian bands, right?
Of course, you know,
Go
When-
back to
when
the
you-
beginning of the show.
when you have the genre of rock,
Yes.
you also have pop, but you also have metal. I mean, there's a lot of subgenres but it's hard to fit 20 songs into 2 hours. So we didn't want to hit too heavy or go too poppy, but
That's true. We just
but
wanted to have some fun.
Yeah.
We hope you guys have had some fun too. Talking about Taco Bell, what we should eat for dinner,
not Taco Bell.
not Taco Bell. Unless Taco Bell wants to give us something for free, I might eat that. I don't know. It's free food. You can't tell me if they gave you free food, you wouldn't be like, okay, I'll eat that.
Maybe.
I'll eat a Mexican pizza for free.
If I was hungry enough.
I'll have a Dorito taco. Okay, so everybody, where do you fall on the whole Greta Van Fleet thing? Do you guys like them?
Familiar with them?
Are you familiar with them?
Are they stealing Led Zeppelin sound too much?
What do you
They've-
think?
They've gotten a lot of good attention, but they've also been chastised a bit for sounding too much like them.
Well, and then they were on SNL and didn't have a great performance.
They're kids.
They are kids. And that little
It's kinda
boy's
like my
voice is going to change one day.
It's kind of like my performance now, and I'm not even a kid. I'm awkward. I'm going through puberty again. I even have the scratchy voice right now.
Nice. See, I like their music. It's pretty fun. I mean,
It is.
they're kids. It's fun.
Hey, Silbert. All right, buddy.
Are you doing that one next?
Nope.
It's going to
Oh,
play anyways.
Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Squirrel.
Right? That's true. They do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Wolf Mother.
Isn't that one of the bands that the dude likes?
Probably.
Yeah. The dude likes that band.
The dude abides.
The dude has some crazy music tastes.
Okay, speaking of the dude, so they're gonna bring back another Big Lebowski. Can you believe that? Without rabbit holing.
Do they make original films anymore, or do they just keep finding things that we like and
Yeah.
remaking them? Like, and when are they gonna? Here's what my question is: when are they gonna decide? Okay, and we're just gonna remake movies with the actors that you like, and we're just gonna like make them look young again, like Kurt Russell in
Oh, yeah.
Guardians 2.
Right. We just do the hologram young version of them.
Or like
Do that.
do the CGI of Carrie Fisher.
They still don't look real.
That's true.
All right, Joel Agrone. Hey, buddy.
The man, the legend,
Santa.
Santa.
Santa Joe, right? Santa Jojo. The man of with the voice of magic.
Yes, he does have the voice of magic.
So currently we're streaming our music. You can go and listen to it at fbrn.us on the Green Stream Bowl,
Yes.
Green Machine, Hulk.
She-Hulk. Oh. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
So of course we can't stream the copyright music on Facebook, so that's why we're chatting with you guys while it's playing.
But thank you for finding us entertaining, Sarah. We appreciate that.
Glad we're entertaining.
Well, we gotta be something. We're not talented.
That is the talent. Entertainment.
Oh. We've got a problem.
What's that?
I should have done one more. One more.
Story?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Oh, let's talk about
Do you
the
have that one?
let's talk about the old people. Yeah.
So Michelle just said, let's talk about the old people.
Let's talk about the old
That-
people.
You know, that just doesn't seem quite right. But
I love old people. I am quickly becoming an old people.
I can relate. So we're about to come back, and we've got another story to share, Michelle.
We've got 2 stories to share.
All right.
2
So
if we
again-
have time.
Again, we're at fbrn.us. You can hear our streaming part of our show, and we're coming back
Maybe I
on
have to
air.
play that one.
Which one?
Welcome back. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network, fbrn.us. We're in the green stream, on the green stream. I feel really awkward saying that.
Well, for a year we said the Green Bowl.
No, we were the Gray Bowl.
Or the Gray. Right.
You know what? I'm gonna say I have bowl envy. They have this awesome overlook. I mean, the view out.
And it's an
Onto
extra
Six
large
Flags.
studio, right?
It is. It's an extra large studio, so it's super awesome over there. And I'm sure that show is awesome. And
But
they're like so much better than we are. But
think
that's
about
okay.
them, though. I bet they're over there looking at our Green Bowl, green with envy.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah.
think?
Maybe. So it's kind of cool. We're here in beautiful Arlington, Texas, in the entertainment district.
It's a gray area over there.
Oh, he's so punny. So punny. Where's the wah 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 sound
Oh,
effect?
sound effects. Yeah, back to that.
Yeah, right over there. So, yeah, we're having a great time. We hope you guys are too. If you want to watch us, our little craziness here in studio, we're having some fun over on the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Illrad Radio. And we're talking about all sorts of fun stuff. Be a part of the show. We'd love for you to jump in with us. And so I totally missed the song we just played Classic Crime, You and Me Both. And that's our song, isn't it? Like one of our songs?
We are.
That's like one of our "Aw, I love you" songs.
Yeah. We're classic.
Yeah.
And we're troublemakers.
Are you calling us like criminals?
Well,
I
not-
don't.
not
I do
the-
not receive that.
not in the sense that, we're going to get arrested.
I don't know. There's still time. Night's still young.
Some might want to, but we don't do anything
Right.
against the law.
No, we try not to. That we would say on the radio.
Right.
Whatever. Speaking of the law, in Canada this week,
Uh-oh.
the
Okay.
law got called. I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but they got called to an old folks' home
Uh-oh.
because Charles, why do you know why? Did you hear
No,
about this?
You tell me.
It's
please.
hilarious. So I guess their weekly bingo game. Two ladies decided that they wanted the same chair and started to have a bit of an altercation over it. And by the time they finished, the police had been called and a brawl had broken out in the nursing
Wow.
home.
Wow.
They take that bingo seriously. You
So
know what
I'm having
saying?
this mental picture of a couple seniors trying to identify, is that a black eye or is that a dauber on the face? You know?
That's my lucky chair, woman.
And see, Canadians,
You can't have it.
Canadians, they're known for being excessively courteous. So what?
So what gives? Well, actually, probably part of the problem is that they are on the Canadian-U.S. border, so maybe they have a little bit more of that New Yorker in them than Canada. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just like imagining this, watching these people like pick up their walker and whack somebody with it or a cane.
That's a
Whomp.
visual there.
It is. It's like, what is happening?
That's crazy.
Also, an interesting story. A 70-year-old mountain man,
Okay. Speaking of senior
moments, yes. 70-year-old mountain man. Texas Monthly reported on this, and it's kind of an interesting story. So, this man in Scotland, he lives like completely off the grid. We have actually talked about this before, living off the grid. So every week he would check in. He would use like a alert signal to let people, let his family know he's lived off the grid for like 20 years out in the mountains. And all of a sudden he didn't, he didn't send his alert, but he sent a distress signal instead. And the way, how he got saved, Charles? So he was like
How?
really sick and needed assistance. A place in Houston picked him up. Like they picked up his signal. So it wasn't even in Scotland that they picked up his signal. But in Houston, I don't know if you know this, there's the International Emergency Response Coordination Center.
Okay.
Yeah, so they listen to the to radio signals to hear for distress signals. So they're always checking around the world, and they found it, and they actually contacted the UK Coast Guard, and they sent in a helicopter for him.
Wow.
But they couldn't get to him right away, so they had to actually have a special alert team to get to him.
No kidding.
So
Huh.
someone in Texas heard his signal, and then they got him help.
Wow.
Do you get to a certain age where you think maybe I don't need to live off the grid by myself out in the middle of nowhere?
Well, I
If-
think so, but I think that's why he had that thing in place, to check in regularly.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome. So,
Illrad.
yeah. Mark, Lubies.
Boobies.
Lubies.
Speaking of senior moment,
Nice. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy that they, had that going. Mom, my mom's on the Facebook live stream.
right?
Way to go, old folks.
Appreciate it.
I'm totally just imagining the old people in the bingo, having a
That's funny.
WWE fight right there, having some fun.
Canes were thrown, I'm sure.
I'm sure they were. I'm just imagining it. It's hilarious. So on that note,
All
Do you
right.
have some music that we
We
could
got
that
some more
goes
music.
along with old people and fighting?
Well, I don't really, but I'm gonna keep that in mind on the next playlist.
Yes, you are.
But I would like to play this next song and dedicate it to Mark Zuckerberg. And it's one of my favorite
Oh, boy.
bands, Radiohead.
Do you think we could get Mark Zuckerberg as an interview?
I don't know. Let's work on that.
We'll work on that for the next show.
We'll have to be nice, though.
We'll be
to do.
nice.
Have them call in, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, why
Can't hurt
not?
to ask, right? So anyway,
It's only our first show. Come on.
so here is Radiohead, Paranoid Android.
Or is it?
Oh.
Do I know this song? There's like a couple songs on this list that I'm like, That's why you make the list, my love.
So we have about 10 minutes left.
Oh, what should we do with our 10 minutes? Well, about 6 of it's going to be this song, so
Right.
what should we do with our 4 minutes?
It's true. Didn't realize it's such a long song. You know, we should.
Did you pre-play this song before? I mean, like, what if it's not right or something's wrong with it?
No, it's. So we should once in a while put a song in our arsenal that's what they would in radio business would call the bathroom song. That was probably like, I don't know, 12, 14, 15 minutes long.
The
In case we
bathroom
need
song.
to. Right.
Do the potty dance. You mean, people don't want to watch me do the potty dance? Just kidding.
But anyway, I'm excited about this show. We're going to eventually do themed shows.
Yes.
That deals in the realm of pop culture on any level. So that's going to be fun.
Yep. I think it will be fun.
Not that we would do a show solely on bathroom songs. Good. I don't know.
I guess that could be fun. I don't know.
Is there enough content for that?
Oh, the puns. The puns, I could tell, would be amazing, I'm sure.
Maybe not.
Bathroom humor's the best.
Well, most people don't know. It was what connected us at our working the same job was a colorful joke.
A colorful joke, yes. Not bathroom
Not
humor,
bathroom
though.
humor, but still.
But hey, I like a good fart joke as much as the next girl.
Is there a sound effect on
I'm
that?
classy like that.
Oh.
I'm classy like that. So I want to go in all these things and look at what music everybody else has.
Everything.
Don't
that's
do it.
Not rock.
Yeah, pretty much everything
Well,
that
the
is
universe
not.
of the 80s.
Yeah.
ABBA, Aerosmith,
Oh, cool.
Air Supply,
What?
Alice in Chains, Bangles, Beetlejuice, Bee Gees,
Sweet. Bonnie Tyler.
These are all preloaded
What?
songs that are not ours. Chris
That
de
are
Burgh.
not our songs to play.
Well, we could.
I guess we could, but they might not
Crowded
appreciate that.
House,
I don't want to mess with their
Def
stuff.
Leppard, Depeche Mode. Wow. You think there's any Barry Manilow?
Sure.
No, we never really played the promo.
I guess you could. How long is it? Play it on the way out. So we can promo our show as we leave. The next hosts are. I think those are the next hosts
That are-
outside our window.
Yeah.
So you might want to stick around for the next show. I'm sure it's quality. Unlike our show.
Couldn't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. I usually can tell.
Do I have a
Thought
telltale
maybe you-
sign when I'm
I
being
thought maybe
sarcastic?
you knew something I didn't.
You can tell when I'm being sarcastic.
Usually can.
What, I'm breathing?
I think I might want to put the promo in between.
Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Dude, this is like the world's longest song.
But it's good.
I don't care. It's long. Oh,
I
man.
have some radio head beams. I'm going to have to post those
Just
in
out of
spite.
spite.
Yep.
Get that crinkle out before we go back on the air. It's like opening a mint during church. Everybody can hear it. It's like your phone going off during prayer time.
Right. After the...
Thanks, Mom. Have a good night. Ooh,
after
the song keeps on going.
promo you want to go back.
Yeah. So you might want to take those other ones up.
Yeah.
I'm bobbing my head.
Don't. You don't like it.
I do like it. I just don't think I remember the song. I'm sorry. Ooh. That promo turned out pretty fun.
Yeah. Wait until after the show to play it.
Yeah, Ben. Next show, just for you.
What's
We're
that?
playing Inagata Davida.
Nice.
Welcome back. You're listening to Illrad on the Fishbowl Radio Network. I'm Michelle. I'm here with my co-host Charles, and we are
Yo, word.
wrapping up the end of the show. We hope you've had a great time. This has been a great show back, and we've had a wonderful time. Be sure to join us Friday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Again, that's Fishbowl Radio Network, FBRNUS, our .us on the web, and we are in the Green Bowl on the green stream.
We'll hope you join us next
You'll
week.
find us just look for our goofy picture. We hope you'll
same
join
bat
us.
time, same bat channel.
Absolutely. We've had a lot of fun. Be sure to connect with us. We're over on facebook.com/Illrad Radio. We post all kinds of fun stuff on there. We hope you've had a great evening and have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. We're going to leave you with one of our favorite songs, Amber Lynn's Someone Anyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next Friday night.
Good night.
Do the other things pop in automatically?
Yeah. It's just ETA. I don't know what that is.
Thanks, Dave. Hope you guys are doing good. Thank you, Mark.
I'm gonna put something behind it just to
I would kick it out
then
because
have
it's going to get
dead air.
kicked out.
True.
Because that's a long
Huh?
song. So we're just wrapping up. If you're just tuning in and you're like, what's going on? What are they doing? We have told everybody we can't play the music on Facebook Live, so we don't get... Oh, thank you, Pastor Elnora. And... But if you missed the show, you want to jump in, if you go to the pinned post on this stream, you'll see our page, and you will be able to listen to the shows on demand in the future. So if Friday nights, if you're cooler than we are and actually have plans, you can you can get in. You can listen to the show at your leisure. So have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Good night.